Hello and welcome to day 4 of Getting the Lead Out, in which I have painted yet another 5 minis. This seems to be the standard number almost. I mean, I was disappointed the first day when I only painted 5, but I think I should recalibrate my expectations. 4 or 5 seems to be a reasonable amount to finish in a day. So today we have, first, some fantasy guys. We have this archer, we have this warrior, and this rogue or something. Not sure what she is. Anyway, this is the one, this one, where I originally painted the cloak a light pink and then I redid it in red. I'm starting to regret that. I'm starting to think my first instinct was probably best. I should have kept it pink. It would have been more interesting. It would have been more light dark difference. And here's the shield with a transfer. These transfers are not the best. You see, you can sort of see the backing film a little bit. It's not completely translucent, even though I worked at it a lot with mediums to dissolve it. But whatever. I'm gonna try to use them anyway. And finally we have the two killer bimbos with yeah, kind of a theme here. I don't know if you can tell what it is in the color scheme. These sculpts are not the most fantastic. They're not very realistically proportioned and the like, but they're amusing figures. So we'll let it slide. Now the state of the work in progress is that there's a lot of it. There's a lot of work going on. This one is pretty close to being done, actually. Somewhere between 50 and 75% done. And here's a lot of some minis that have just started, and the back row are the ones I showed you in the packaging yesterday that have just now been primed. And, well, I better move on. So hopefully I think I've come up with a solution for these guys. What I'm gonna do with them to make them work slightly is something similar to actually what a viewer suggested the other day, is that I'm going to take the lower hand here and I'm going to take my little pliers here and insert them into this hand and simply bend these fingers up like so. Just open that hand up. Now this will make these knuckles look a bit bad, but no matter, because what I can do then is simply have it like that. So the end result is going to be something like this. There needs to be some adjustment still. You see, it's not perfect yet, but like I said, with some tweaking, this is this could work. I mean, this one, it had to be pushed further back. So this platform is kind of centered on the base, but yeah, I'm on the right path here. The question of day 4 is, what is one of your favorite painting tools? Something you use and absolutely love? How do you use this product? How has it made you a better painter? And I thought I would showcase this. This doesn't look like much, does it? It looks kind of dirty and nasty. What is it? It's brush soap. And it's, I don't know if you can tell, it's by Games and Gears. I got this when I backed, I think this was the very first Kickstarter for painting brushes. 3 years ago today, this summer, I received delivery of the brushes and a lot of other stuff. And I've been using this soap since, and as you can tell, after 3 years, I've used maybe a third of it. So it's going to last me at least another 6 years, I hope. And how I use it to clean my brushes, and it's made me a better painter by, it helps me, first off, it saved my brushes. It's made them last longer. And for example, this here is an example of those original Games and Gears brushes. It's a size 0. It's my workhorse. This is my second one. The first one, my first size 0 Games and Gears brush, lasted 2.5 years. It finally wore out about Christmas time, 6 months ago, and I've been using this one, my second copy, since. And 2.5 years is an okay length of time. I mean, I've seen videos where people talk about, they go through brushes in a couple of months and they're happy if they last a year. But, you know, 2 to 3 years is a pretty good long while. So that's number one. It saves the life of my brushes. It helps to keep the point sharp, the tip. Conditioning your brush regularly with soap, making sure to get all the paint out of the bristles, will make you a better painter by letting you have a sharper brush tip. Simple as that. Now, most people who do reviews of and talk about brush soap on the YouTube tend to most often show off the brand Masters brush soap, which, as far as I can tell, is a soft soap. It's a sort of a cream. This is used slightly differently. It's a hard soap, so you have to sort of wet your brush first and then kind of swirl it around to get a little bit of a lather going, and then you sort of do this in your hand, and as you can see now, this is a clean brush because there is no discoloration happening. There is no paint left in the brush. And then you just wash it out, and or you can leave some of the soap in overnight. I quite often do that. Just shape the tip like this, and then I put it in my brush stand and I just leave it there, and I wash my hand, of course, of the soap. So that is my number one tip of the day. Use brush soap. Any brand you can find, really. I think they all work. And it will make you a better painter. Wow, I've got so much on my plate now, I really shouldn't be adding more. So I think I'm going to hold off on sort of unboxing and prepping any more minis for a day or maybe 2. But I thought at least I'd show you these in their packaging. I think these will be the next up. These are all of the ones that are Ralph Partha imports in my collection. They seem to have a theme. Well, okay, so this first one is just the Elf Adventurous by Dennis Mize, is just a normal character mini. Nothing special about that. Then with the next one, you see the Adventuring Wizard Ichibu. He looks kind of normal at first glance, but when you look closely at him, you see that he's kind of anachronistically dressed. He's wearing modern clothing on sort of the inside, and then a sort of cloak and wizard's hat on top of that. So you're starting to wonder, what's the theme here? The theme for a lot of these models seems to be that they're joke models. Here we have the King of the Bards, again by Dennis Mize, and yeah, you can tell who this is supposed to be, right? And moving on, we have the dwarf with inferiority complex. So he's on stilts. And then we have the kindly, in air quotes, old wizard, who is holding out what I think is a bouquet of flowers, but then he's hiding a mace behind his back. Finally, we have the aerial servant, which I suppose it's kind of a play on the unseen servant spell you can have in D&D. Except in this case, he's actually dressed like a waiter, and he's serving up a pizza, if I am seeing this correctly. Huh. So, these are an amusing bunch of minis. that I'll get to as soon as I make some significant headway in the ones I've already prepped. So, well, that'll be it for today. Join me for tomorrow's video and I will show you some more progress, I hope. See you then.